Hey, welcome back to Dogtography. Today we're starting a new series on the channel that I'm so excited for. Today I have Alicia and Koda here with me. We're downtown London. We're going to do an urban shoot with our cell phones and kind of go over some of Alicia's questions that she has about how to capture the best photos of Koda. Right, baby? All right, stay tuned. Hi, I'm Andrea Fleury and welcome to Dogtography. My channel is all about how to take better images of your dog and how to create some really super fun memories. I walk you through different tips and tutorials and techniques. I sometimes show you behind the scenes of my professional career as a dog photographer, all while just trying to have some fun and enjoy time with our dogs. So we're here at the beautiful Market Lane murals, and what we're going to focus on first is this gorgeous purple mural that we have in the background. So we're going to kind of reenact her question to me, which was about where to place the dog in relationship to the mural and how to kind of take advantage of the storytelling of this location, right? So we're going to use cell phones for this. She's got her phone and we're just going to kind of see. So I think the first thing I'd like to do is to see what you would normally do. So you take a lot of pictures of Koda. He has his own Instagram. Of course he does. I love it. We will tag that so you can follow this gorgeous guy. So I'd like to see what you would do. And this is new for you because they don't normally do urban environments. So I'm interested to see what you would do. And then I can like kind of give you some tips on how we can improve on it or make it more scroll stop worthy on his Instagram feed.
Awesome, sounds great.
Okay, cool. Okay, so Alicia's gonna line Koda up as she would to take a gorgeous photo of this boy who is so used to having this picture taken. Beautiful. It's so distracting downtown because there's lots of people walking by. Everyone's got to say how gorgeous he is. Okay, so let's have a look at what you captured there. So this is great. So what I'm seeing here is we've got a vertical image as opposed to a horizontal. Do you normally capture your images in vertical?
I do, yes.
You do, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a vertical image and we've got part of like this girl's mouth in the background. And we've got a bit of the like wooden deck that he's standing on and he's just kind of chilling. What I think I would suggest for this photo is that we take him off this wooden deck and bring him further or like farther in front, so that we can get more of the mural in the background. So it kind of like tells the story of where we are, and then that way in your cool caption you can be like, here's the landmark we were at, and you can kind of describe it because these murals have like a really cool history to them. So that could be kind of like the story that you're telling with the picture. And yeah, so why don't we just move him out a little bit?
Okay, cool.
Okay, well let's try it with him here on that 3x telephoto lens. Okay. That's looking good.
Lots of people. Come here.
Great. Okay.
We need to get one of those.
There we go. That's all we needed. Just a little bit. So, I mean, different effects from different angles. Yeah. These ones that I took here, I literally could not see my phone screen, which is the hard part about when your phone is like down on the ground, and unless you're laying down there with it, and you're trying to push the shutter button, it's hard. So in situations like this, you kind of just spray and pray, I call it. Okay. There's another doggy. So there's lots of different things that you could do with this, but I think I like what we've done when we went out here kind of away from it, where you can see more of the full picture as opposed to putting him right up against the mural where everything's sharp and in focus and you're not kind of getting like all the goodness that this mural has to offer. So here we are at the London Courthouse, which is this really cool like castle kind of looking building. It's got a lot of cool history to it. And we kind of found this in the downtown, and you were asking me what were you wondering about?
Well, it's a gorgeous building and it's massive, and he's just a small, well, he's a big dog, but a small dog compared to the building.
Right.
So how can I get it all in the shot without losing any of the amazingness?
Yeah, so if I understand you correctly, big ass building, small animal. How do we kind of like get both in the shot where he still looks gorgeous and amazing, and then we also get like the amazingness of the castle? He's just so like he wants to model.
So excited.
Yeah, that's what this is. Okay, so I think the first step of what we need to do is not do what most people would try to do, which is put him way up there. Yes. We need to come far out away from the castle so that we can kind of have that as the background. And I think we're going to need to use the wide angle lens. So the 0.5 on your cell phone is the wide angle. And then we're going to work on some composition once we get there.
Okay,
so
amazing.
Let's see. So, so what I would suggest is positioning him where he's not going to kind of cover too much of this, which is the kind of the cool part. So I think he's probably got to go over here.
Okay.
Now, are you going to take this like horizontal to get in the width of the building? Or what do you think?
I usually shoot do vertical.
To vertical.
But if you think horizontal is best, then
Let's see if the whole building will fit horizontally.
Okay.
And then you kind of get like the full effect. Because the good thing about the leaves not being on this tree is that half of the building's not hidden.
True.
Which you can only really see this time of year. So maybe that's even cooler.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let's try that.
Try that. Could have come. It's too much happening.
Yeah, just watch so you give him a little bit of space below his feet too, which is really hard because you're trying to get in the top of the building and the bottom of his feet.
Okay.
So we'll try to give him a little bit more frame on the bottom of the image, which might mean we have to come back out more this way.
Okay. So that's good.
So that's a really good point. So when photographing architecture and animals, you have to try and not chop off, which is why I was kind of rotating you around, is to get in like that edge of the building, that edge of the building, and then from his feet to the top of the building. And you have to be careful that things don't get like cut off near the bottom of the frame.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Down. Whole building.
And I mean, you just kind of keep playing with it, right?
Yeah.
Like you got to practice, just kind of keep playing with his distance and proximity to the building.
Yeah.
And if your focus is like you're wanting more from him, bring him closer to the camera or you go closer to him, right?
And I think seeing that it's not just going to happen on the first picture is helpful because you get that in your head when you're out there.
No, it's a lot of retakes, especially with pets, right?
Yes.
I mean, they're so unpredictable.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a really cool spot over here. So let's go to the side.
Awesome.
So we're here along the side of the building, and what I really love about this like really cool doorway is these steps that kind of like lead up to the door. So this is called like a leading line, which I think is really cool. So we'll try positioning Koda up here, and we'll see if we can use these steps a little bit to just kind of guide your eye into the image, and we'll see if we can frame him in the doorway a little bit. This side of the building, like the way that it is not so like storytelling. The sides of it, like the front of it was important to get the whole front in. But I don't feel that way about this side. I feel like if the focus is the door and the stairs that kind of lead up to it. So let's see how we can capture that with our phones.
Okay, cool.
I love that you tethered him to that and that your leash allows you to kind of do that. That's definitely a great tip, and it allows you to be hands-free, right?
Which is so nice.
Yeah, which is perfect for this type of a situation. So what I'm going to have you do is let's pop him up on the step up there, and we'll come back here and just see where we need to be to get a nice picture. Good. You actually did a really good job. So we're using like the corners of these steps to kind of like lead up towards him. And then we're using kind of the door to frame him in the background. The only thing that you could try doing, I think, to kind of get a different angle on this is to take your phone from holding it like this and try turning it upside down. And shooting from down here, and then that way you don't have to be kind of struggling to get low like that. And just spray and pray.
Spray and pray. I got it. Okay, let's go back up. Come
And I love how you're just being so patient and you're calmly just repositioning him and repositioning him. And sometimes that's, you know, that's what it takes. And if you ever find yourself getting stressed out, you stop, right? Like we don't want him associating.
He's feeding off of my energy.
Right, they totally do.
Okay.
So I'm noticing that he is, you know, he's really distracted. He's looking at lots of like awesome things that are going on down here. So you can just work with that. You can really just go with it. So here's my tip for when a dog is looking off to the side. Now, of course, he's looking backwards. Right. That's not as helpful. But let's see. There. So if he is looking off to the side, you're going to give him space on this side of the frame. So if he's looking this way, you're going to give him space to look into, as opposed to taking the image like that.
Okay.
Look over here, Koda. Okay, so to finish off tonight, you were asking me earlier about how to photograph a sunset. Yeah. And I kind of threw something at you about why don't we try doing a silhouette? Yep. So doing a silhouette sunset shot in the city, hard to do. Definitely. Because the key with a silhouette shot is your subject, so your dog, has to be higher, elevated from where your camera and where you're standing. Okay. And then to have a horizon line that's kind of clear enough to show the beautiful sky and then the dog in silhouette, right? So believe it or not, I'm actually standing on an elevated, I don't know, like grassy knoll, I called it. All you need is a little bit, and you'll see how we can achieve this effect. The other thing that you need to know how to do is adjust the exposure on your camera. So I'm going to be tapping and holding my finger on him to trigger that AE lock. And then I'm going to drag my finger down to bring the little sun down to lower the exposure. And you'll see when it's your turn. So I'll try it first, just make sure I can get it to work, and then we'll do your turn. The other really key thing to getting like the best silhouette is you want the outline profile of his body. So don't have him face you. You want the side of his body facing your camera lens. So you want the outline of those ears, and if we can get that tail up, or you know, whatever, that's what a key like awesome silhouette shot is all about. So we'll do this one as a team because it might have to be a team effort here. So I'll have you position him facing that way, and we want the sun directly behind him.
Stand.
So I'm going to get down low. Stay. I'm clicking and holding my AE lock, and now I'm dragging my sun down. And then you want to just, there we go. Good boy. I'm being very conscious of that lamp post and the trees, so I'm kind of framing him in. See how the sun is peeking through like that there? You want to get the sun directly behind your subject. So we'll line them up just one more time. Good boy.
Yes.
There you go.
Good boy.
Okay. And yeah, so this time I've got the sun directly behind him, not like that where you can see it. You want it right behind the subject. I'm going to zoom in. We'll just see what we can get here. Adjust my exposure again. And then him looking at you, Alicia. Perfect. Great. Nice job, Koda. Okay, it's your turn.
Okay.
Wait. What's that? What's that? What do you think?
That's like magical.
Let's see. Yes! Look at that! That's amazing!
Amazing.
Congratulations!
That's awesome.
Good
so
for
cool.
you.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
So what helped the most there for you?
Knowing how to lock my exposure, I didn't know that was a thing.
So it is a locking, yeah. So if you tap and hold your finger on the screen, it'll, on my phone it calls it an AE, so it's auto exposure and auto focus. So it will hold him in focus and exposed how you set it. But I do notice it doesn't last forever. So if he moves out of the frame, it will kind of like go back to the way it was. So you kind of have to reset it. Just go with the flow.
Yeah, I love that because I had no idea that was a thing. That's awesome. I'm excited for that.
Yay! So thank you so much for joining me today, Alicia and Koda. You were an amazing dog model. So if you have any questions about how to take pictures of different scenarios when you're out working with your dog, drop it in the comments and let me know. I really enjoyed today. I thought this was super cool.
I loved it. I learned a lot.
We got lots of tips.
Yes, we did. I loved it.
Yeah,
I'm excited to get out.
You got to explore downtown. That's amazing.
Yes.
So tune in next Saturday. We'll throw up another episode, something like this at some point soon. And until then, go out and make some memories with your dog, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.